Clemens Point. If you've spent any time here, you'll already know. It's hot, it's humid, and the mosquitoes treat you like a buffet. Lemoyne is beautiful in that dangerous, overgrown kind of way, but don't let it fool you. Underneath all the moonshine stills and the southern charm is a place that's been stewing in its own grudges for generations. The Greys and the Braithwaites have been at each other's throats for so long nobody even remembers what started it. And somehow the Vanderlyn gang has found itself right in the middle of it, playing both sides, trying to squeeze every dollar out of two families too proud and too stupid to see that they're being played. That's where we pick things up today. Part 2 of our Chapter 3 breakdown, and the blood feud is front and center. We're burning tobacco, stealing moonshine, and slowly realizing that Clemens Point might not be the gold mine Dutch thinks it is. We've got everything from the fine joys of tobacco all the way through blood feuds, ancient and modern. Plus all the side content Chapter 3 has tucked away in the swamp. So pull up a stool, grab a whiskey, and get comfortable. I'm Sam.
I'm Zai.
And this is the Outlaw Haven. Starting with the fine joys of tobacco. One of my favorite missions.
By far. It's so fun.
All right.
Oh, also, side note, things might be a little echoey. As you can tell, I just moved my backdrop.
It looks so good.
It's great. I love it. Got my guitar that we got sent in Deadwood. Well, that I got sent in Deadwood. As we record this, literally 2 years ago.
Yeah, literally 2 years ago to the day is the day that Zai and I met and talked for like 6 hours in front of the autograph room.
Oh, never forget that.
Happy friendiversary.
Happy friendiversary. And
it's crazy
it's
that it would lead to all this.
Because when this episode comes out, we are finally in person again!
Yes!
Let's go! I'm so excited for next week.
I can't wait. Dude, all the good things.
I know,
right? We're having like a good little announcement session today. Wow.
Right?
Dude, who would have known that 2 years later we'd be doing a podcast together?
Dude, literally, like, how?
How did we get here?
For real.
It's crazy. The fine joys of tobacco. One of my favorite missions. This is the one where we are taking all that moonshine. Well, we start at the Braithwaite's house, where we see Hosea talking to Catherine Braithwaite with Sean McGuire oddly quiet.
Yeah, he's so enjoying himself.
Something like that. And then Arthur and Sean leave. They get in the wagon and take all that moonshine that they just stole. This is where they take the wagon to Caliga Hall. And Catherine tells them to use all that moonshine to torch the tobacco fields because there hasn't been any rain. There's been a severe drought. And this is where we get Sean's infamous "I can talk a dog off a meat wagon" quote. I don't know why they didn't just have Sean drive us there at that point, because like he has to like take over when we're like almost there.
Yeah.
And then it's like so slow. He's the slowest driver. But it's one of those slow parts where it's like I pick up my phone and start doom scrolling.
Yep.
And then I forget that, like, oh yeah, I started a mission.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe that's just because I've done this so many times. I do that with like all those cutscenes.
Yeah.
I'm terrible about it now. But
same.
So we park the wagon in a barn and take out poor Hamish, who literally thought he was making a friend. And we have to wait for nightfall. And we go out with Sean and torch the tobacco fields. We have to douse the fields with moonshine within 2 minutes and 20 seconds as part of our gold achievement, which there's like a spot where the highlighted area that you have to like, the part that you have to douse, there's a spot where the two highlighted spots in the fields overlap. So you could just pour like right down the middle and get both spots all at once. Yeah. So if you're trying to go for gold, that saves you a little bit of time. And you have to not be caught while you're doing it because there's guards all over the field. Not that hard though. They don't really pay any attention. You
gotta kill 5 Greys during the escape. And then of course like a bunch of the missions in the game complete the mission without consuming any health item. But yeah, they leave the barn at nightfall and Sean hears another wagon comes up and you hear talk of the wagon containing payroll and Sean's like, oh, money.
Oh, money.
And then yeah, at that point you go ahead and douse the fields in moonshine. And then you make your way over to Sean after you get that done and you take out your Molotovs and just start shucking it at the fields and the barn.
And then shootout.
Shootout.
Go figure. Another shootout. Wow.
What a surprise.
Right. And for the gold medal, you also need to silently kill the gray when Sean distracts him in the wagon house.
Oh, yes.
Or the wagon store. The wagon store?
The wagon store.
The barn? Yeah.
That is so weird that they say wagon store. Like, it's
Right?
it's a barn.
Yeah, that's weird. But you have to silently kill Hamish. Rest in peace. And then you get the horses from the wagon and shoot your way out of there. And then you get to decide if you go back to camp with Sean or you stay out in the middle of nowhere. Pretty much it. One of my favorite missions, but I just talked about how boring it is.
Yeah, it's a good mission, but it's boring. I mean, the next one at least has a really cool secret cutscene, at least.
The Magicians for Sport one does?
Yeah, that's the one where if you kill one of the, there's a fly flying around here.
I saw that. It landed on your hat. It is sitting on your hat still.
Look at this.
What the fuck? Hello?
Alright, I've got a friend. Cool.
Wow.
But it's if you kill after you find
Oh,
a
yes.
Trelawney,
Yeah.
where like
Yep.
you kill the guard, you get a fucking badass cutscene.
Yep. Magicians for Sport. Dutch is waiting for you in his tent, and he tells you to go with Charles to find out about those super agents that Trelawney talked about. You go and find Trelawney's caravan outside of Rhodes, and it is a disaster. There's blood everywhere. The bed's not made. Food's not eaten. And we have to follow the trail, go into Eagle Eye, follow the hoof prints to go find where they took Trelawney. We are led to a little campsite. And as I was saying, there's a little hidden cutscene that a lot of people don't know about. If you walk up and you just shoot the bounty hunter when you walk up to it, you get a whole cutscene. Very different line of dialogue than if you just go up and start asking questions.
It's the only cutscene that has gun spinning in it. Where
Does it
Arthur
really have gun spinning?
actually twirls his gun.
I need to do it again. Damn it. I don't remember seeing him twirl his gun.
Ever since I've seen it, I never do it the regular way.
Same.
If you do it the regular way, you'll just walk up to them and then you'll end up questioning them. But then you'll
interrogate them and
fight, which takes more time.
Exactly. And I love when you go up and just like start shooting them or whatever. And then Charles freaks out. He's like so caught off guard by that. But then we find out where they have Trelawney. He's somewhere on the Braithwaite's property, like hidden in the fields in a little cabin. When we approach the cabin, we find two bounty hunters dragging Trelawney out of the cabin. And they take off running, little bitches. They go running off into the cornfields, and you have to go find them all in the cornfields. You just have to like look for where the crows are, where the crows start flying away. That's how you know where the bounty hunters are. And
otherwise, you can kill, because there's 3 of them that go running. You can kill 2 of them right away, but then that 3rd one you have to go find the bag for.
So annoying though, because like you have to find that bag and you have to wait for Charles to get there and be like, oh, they've left their stuff. And you're like, yeah, Charles, I've been here for 10 minutes.
Right.
And then you get lassoed by the bounty hunter, and he's like saying, let me take him to Charles while he's like choking Arthur out. And he's like, let me take him. I've got money. And Charles, what does he throw at him? He throws like
just takes his throwing knife and
oh, it's a throwing knife. I thought he had like throwing stars. Like,
dude,
some badass shit.
That'd be badass.
Yeah, I swear I always thought he threw little throwing stars. Oh well. Anyway, so he throws his throwing knife at the bounty hunter that has Arthur, and Arthur's like, "You should have taken the money." And it's like, the dude's dead. Just take the money out of his pocket if he's got money on him.
Right.
Take it. I hate that line. It always bugs me that he does that.
But
you should have taken the money.
But yeah, of course, we get into another shootout. What a surprise. But here you can pick up one of the missing, or one of like the rare guns. You can get the rare rolling block rifle. It's inside like the main barn.
The big barn. But also, there was one time that I was playing this mission. And as soon as I got done in the barn, I whistled for my horse. It glitched the game. And I've never had this glitch happen again. But it glitched so that my horse like doubled and Taima doubled. So Taima came running over to me when I whistled. And I could ride Taima around. It only happened to me one time though. It's never happened again. Anyway, so gold the gold requirements for this one are inspect all the clues in Trelawney's caravan. While tracking, stay within 30 feet of Trelawney's trail. Kill 2 bounty hunters in the cornfields within 1 minute. Complete the mission without consuming any health items. And it says the main challenge here is to kill the first 2 enemies in the cornfields within 1 minute. Sprint to both positions. I don't know why it says sprint to both
So, because
positions.
when they run, 2 will go to the right and 1 will go to the left. So
I just shoot them as they're running away.
same. That's what I do.
You tackle them and finish them off on the ground. I feel like that would take longer.
Yeah.
Doesn't make any sense to me. Just get your double Mausers and start blasting.
Exactly. I don't even think we can. No, you can get Billy Midnights at that point. I don't think you. I don't know if you can get for Mausers. I'm like,
Oh, maybe you can. I don't know.
I know you
I
can
guess
get
a
Billy
lot of the
Midnights.
times, if you're getting Gold Rush, you're replaying the missions anyway. And if you're replaying, you can use whatever guns you have as John at that point.
Go in. That's especially for like when it gets into like the heavier missions. When it comes to Gold Rush and like replaying and whatnot, you have to fucking replay because trying to get some of them time requirements or like accuracy with like with the carbine repeater and like cattleman's or Schofields, that ain't happening.
Right. Yeah, there's been times where I tried to do Gold Rush, like just during the playthrough, where I would, if I got silver or bronze, I would just immediately replay the mission till I got gold.
Same.
To just like keep playing it in order, and then I would be like, nah, fuck that, I'm done.
Yeah, same.
It's making my playthrough take forever. That brings us into friends in very low places, which we get after Magicians for Sport. At the very end, Trelawney decides he's going to come back to the camp with us. So that leads us into friends in very low places. We find Trelawney standing by the tree at the edge of camp, and he asks Arthur if he's busy. He asks if he's ever robbed a stagecoach before. Arthur, being Arthur, says, "No, me." Whatever he says. And so he asks what's the problem with robbing stagecoaches. And he says, the risk, if it's even worth robbing. So he says that he's going to take Arthur into Rhodes and introduce him to a new friend. And that's always exciting when Trelawney has a friend to introduce you to. Get inside the train station at Rhodes, and this is where we meet Alden, who we also meet in Red Dead Online. Alden gives us a lead on a stagecoach stick up, and this kind of unlocks the stagecoach stick ups for Arthur in your playthrough, so you can go back and do more of these with Alden or his friend Hector and Strawberry. But he gives us a note. We have the note, what it says.
All it says is like Stillwater Strand.
Basically, he tells us that the location is the stagecoach is it's an opera singer coming from Stillwater Strand. And so we follow Trelawney there. He tells us to stay back and be quiet while he distracts them, and then we come up and loot the strong box. Drinking a fucking jug of orange juice right now.
I love that you just have a jug of orange. Fuck. It's great.
Well, dude, it's like that much. I'm not gonna pour it into a cup.
No, neither would I.
Anyway, this is where Trelawney gives us the lockpick so that we can loot this quietly. Okay. So we get the lockpick, and that's supposed to help us loot the strongbox quietly, but Trelawney tells us that he's hoping the quiet won't be necessary, but we're going to wish we had our earplugs. So funny. Anyway, so Trelawney starts singing as he approaches the stagecoach, and you can sit and watch it, or you can just stay back as Arthur. But you can go into like cinematic and watch Trelawney talk to this opera singer, and he ends up like pulling her out of the stagecoach, getting her to sing for him. But after the New York audience was rather cruel.
Chester Damson, that's her name, but she's like actually based off of like a real quote unquote opera singer too.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
I just seen it like a couple of weeks ago online that yeah, she's based off of like an actual opera singer, and it's also the only female hat you can get as Arthur. You can't keep it, but you can pick it up.
You can get her hat?
Mm-hmm. I think
You kill her?
I think so, yeah. If you go in guns blazing.
I've never done that. I've
Neither have I.
always played it like the normal way. The normal way. I've always played it the high honor way.
Yeah.
That
I
was really loud.
mean,
I'm sorry.
there was only the, yeah, one. Well, technically the two requirements: don't get spotted and then complete within 8 minutes and 10 seconds. So it's like, doesn't make sense to go guns blazing because, well, there goes your gold.
Right. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go back and do it again the low honor way just to see what happens. I've never done it. I was like, I need to start playing these missions again, but doing shit like that
Mm-hmm.
just for the extra dialogue
Mm-hmm.
that I've never heard before to get her hat, put it on and take pictures.
Exactly.
I mean, that's pretty much it. That was a really short mission.
Really, yeah, short and straightforward. Yeah, you go ahead and rob it.
Mhm.
You guys meet back up at the crossroads after and
Split up the money and
split the money, and
head
that's
back to
that.
camp. Yeah. Then we get into an honest mistake.
Fuck this mission for not giving us Molly content.
Yeah, seriously, they tease us with it. The mission starts with Molly, but it like has nothing to do with Molly. Yeah, we talked to Molly for a minute, and she's worried about Dutch, and you get immediately interrupted by Uncle. Go figure. And he talks about a robbery. Honestly, I love Uncle and Arthur's bickering.
Yes.
So this mission is worth it. Like that
Yeah,
part's fun.
it's worth it, but man, more honestly, like
I
more.
actually really like this mission.
It's
It's
a good
the
mission.
the part that I don't like is how long you have to sit in the barn and wait.
Yes.
Like, let me skip that,
I
please.
wish they would have made that a part of the cutscene, but it's like,
Mhm.
yeah, they so could have like given
I mean,
us.
I guess when I did play through originally, like the first time I played through this, that was so tense for me. Like just
Mm,
sitting there hoping that I wasn't gonna get spotted. Because
yeah.
like I when I play video games, I mean, obviously with Red Dead now, it's totally different because I've played it so many times. But like
Mm-hmm.
when I have to be like stealthy and like sneak around, if I'm like breaking into someone's house and like I have to be quiet and stealthy and shit, I get so tense that like it hurts. I don't know why, but I get so tense when I'm having to like be sneaky. And so like when I played through that the first time, I was sitting in that barn just like not touching my controller, just freaking out, like watching them. I'm like, oh no, are they gonna see me? Not realizing like if they're gonna see you, they're gonna see you. That's just how the game is.
Right. But yeah, it's
Ah,
like I hate this game for not giving us more like not only like Molly content because one it kind of of all character. I mean, of course, all the women in general we need more content with,
yes, we
but
do.
it's like Molly needed more screen time
She really did.
because it's like you're with Dutch, like you're in the tent literally all the time.
Probably for a reason in Dutch's perspective.
Yeah.
Oof. Anyway, so we get into okay, Uncle, let's start this part. Let's get back into the beginning of the mission where Uncle tells us that he's got stagecoach robbery. There's a wagon coming through the area, and it's Arthur, Uncle, Charles, and Bill. They go riding up. They stop the wagon, and as they're looting the back of the wagon, they find out that they are with Leviticus Cornwall. So Arthur's
Mhm.
like, "Oh, great."
It's
You
also
don't
kind of
remember?
terrifying. Totally off topic. But there's like a glitch here where Uncle won't have a beard.
Ew, I've never had that happen.
It's scary. Dude,
Sounds like nightmare
all of
fuel.
the gang members without a beard hate it.
Sick. Anyway, so yeah, if you don't remember Leviticus Cornwall from chapters 1 and 2, Leviticus Cornwall is the one whose train we robbed in Coulter up in the
Mhm.
mountains. Like right as we were getting off the mountains. And he has been a grudgy little bitch about it. and we had a shootout in Valentine, and now we're robbing him again, unknowingly, but we still go through with it. And then more guards show up because there's more wagons and more people with all of this transport, and it becomes a shootout, a chase. We get chased off into the woods, and we seek shelter in a barn, as we've said.
Mhm.
And you sit there and you wait until nighttime. Nighttime approaches, and two of Cornwall's men come looking in the barn, and they think the coast is clear until Bill knocks over a bucket. Fucking Bill.
Yeah, Bill.
And it becomes another shootout.
Mhm.
More shootout. But then this results in the barn catching on fire. And so as the barn goes up in flames, we're shooting, and then like a support beam crashes through, and we have to get out of the barn. And we escape through the barn, run out into the woods, hide out there until a couple of Cornwall's men show up,
Yeah,
and
you split up.
and then there's more shootout until they finally ease up, and then we just all go our separate ways. If you don't get out of there quickly, there will be a witness, and more lawmen will show up.
Mm-hmm.
If you stick around to loot bodies like I do. Gold for this mission are to save Uncle when he is overpowered, get 20 headshots, finish with at least 80% accuracy, complete the mission without consuming any health items. Completing these objectives is purely a matter of execution. Mastery of the sharpshooter technique is key here. So yeah, just be accurate and don't take health items. All right, preaching forgiveness as he went. This is a fun mission with Lenny. You talk to Lenny sitting on what?
A pretty quick one too.
I think
it feels quick.
It's because you're not doing like these like long ass like walking sequences like you do in some, or like slow wagon rides. So we find Lenny sitting on a log or like a fallen tree log, same thing.
A log outside of camp.
Outside of camp, over by the water, and he tells us that there's some Lemoyne Raiders, like they're in a plantation house selling weapons, and so we go looking for it. We find the wagon going to Shady Belle, and we stop outside the gate and look in. We find dynamite crates all over, and Arthur says he can shoot the dynamite or he can send Lenny in acting friendly. So he will draw them all out into one spot. And then Arthur starts shooting, which, yeah, it's fun that we have a choice in the matter, but like being realistic, it makes no sense to send Lenny in. But I really do like this dialogue when he does go in. A lot of people probably miss it because they just think, why would I send Lenny in when I can just shoot the dynamite crates? And shooting the dynamite crates is fun. So it's
and then
like,
a plus too, it's like
why send him?
There's a time requirement for the mission as well, so
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people are like, okay, do the thing that saves most time.
The line of dialogue that you get when you send Lenny in, see, he goes in talking about how, what does he say? It's a fine day. Praise be. Praise be, my people.
Mm-hmm.
Praise be. And he's just like kind of spouting some happy nonsense, and everyone's like, get out of here. And all the Lemoyne Raiders scurry over. But then he says something about, or lightning shall strike you down, my brethren, or something like that. Brethren. or lightning shall strike you down. And that's like your cue to shoot the dynamite. It just like, it feels so badass.
Mm-hmm.
When Lenny says, then lightning shall strike you down. And then boom.
Right.
And then chaos. Wow, another shootout. Which, it's so funny that like as Tori talked about in his book, where it's like real gunslingers had like kill counts of like 12.
Mm-hmm.
You have kill counts of like 50 per mission.
Yeah.
But it's theatrics.
Mm-hmm.
It's
it would be really interesting to not kill anyone, like just play through the entire game and not kill anyone you don't have to kill, and see how many people like Arthur actually ends up, well, Arthur and John end up
right. I mean, I feel like that's pretty much how I played through it initially, because I was such a wimp about having to kill people. So we, of course, have our shootout, and then we have to look for the weapons. We find them in a wagon off to the right, steal the wagon, take it back to camp, and on our way back to camp, we find 3 more Lemoyne Raiders riding back towards Shady Belle. You just have to kill them.
You can kill them, but you can also skip them entirely by like not taking the main path. If you go ahead and dart around, they won't spawn. And then Lenny even says like, I'm surprised we haven't run into anybody yet, and they just won't show up.
I mean, I got gold on that for Gold Rush, but I wish I would have known that. I've never known that. I figured you'd not be allowed to do that. That's cool. But then you get back to camp, and Arthur looks at all the new rifles in the crate in the back of the wagon, and
Yeah,
he
the
says
bolt
he's keeping one
actions.
just for him. And I'm like, I mean, maybe it's just me. I don't know. But I'm like, when he says, like, I'm keeping one just for me, I feel like he should have given one to Lenny,
I was
too.
just gonna say that.
I was like, give one to Lenny. This was his lead. Give one to Lenny, too. You got
Right.
plenty of them. Yeah, we'll have to have a gun episode because you know way more about that than I do.
Yeah, no, it would be.
We can do that eventually. And I will just sit there and be like, wow, the whole time.
Wow.
Wow. Gold requirements for this mission are kill 10 Lemoyne Raiders with a long scoped rifle, finish within 11 minutes and 30 seconds, finish with at least 70% accuracy, and complete the mission without consuming any health items. Mission notes are from your initial cover position at Shady Bell, you can headshot virtually all enemies with a long scoped rifle, making all 4 goals rather approachable. Make sure that you take your tonic to get your Deadeye all the way up before you start the mission. Sodom back to Gomorrah. This is where we go back to Valentine to rob the bank that we forgot about. It is fun. I do love this mission.
Yeah, from like basically this point on out for the rest of the chapter is all like super fun missions.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this one's fun because of the dialogue with Karen that you can get where you find out more about Tucson and like some good old days in the gang. So the ride there is slow, but like it is fun to get that extra dialogue. So we talked to Bill. He's sitting at a wagon. He tells us that we're gonna go rob the bank in Valentine, and you get to decide Karen's tactic for distracting the people in the bank. You can choose either the drunken harlot or the lost little girl.
Yeah, and if you don't end up picking one, she will automatically pick.
And you get the choice once you get inside the bank to either blow up the safes with dynamite or you can crack the safes, which is quieter. I think I've only used dynamite once. The combinations are in here. They're 34, 69, 22, 16, 40, 55, 37, 169. Nice. 15, 7, 55, 68, 12, 38. Of course, it ends up in a shootout, as every mission does.
Yep.
We're getting chased, and we have to beat a train. Oh my god. Oh my god, a train. And then the gang splits up after they lose the law on their tail. I think it's hilarious that, like, they stop right after the train. And the guards just, like, give up. Like, oh.
Yeah, they're just like, oh
well.
And
it's like Arthur and Bill, Lenny, and Karen just stay right there. So, like, the guards, if they wanted them bad enough, they could have waited for the train.
Yeah,
But they're
it
just
makes
like,
no sense
oh
to me
no,
too,
they're
like,
gone.
the way afterwards, like, they all split up, because some of them, like, were just right into Horseshoe. It's like, there's just a cliff there. And then I think, like, Karen is the only one that turns around, but it's like, you turned completely around. You're heading right towards,
She was right back to Valentine.
Right back to Valentine. I mean, of course, there's the road right there, too, so it's easy enough to
That's
just...
funny. But after everyone splits up, the mission is not over. We have to go right back to Thomas Downs Ranch, where when we started the mission, Leopold Strauss approached us to tell us that the debtor Thomas Downs is dead, and we still need to collect the money from his wife. And it's so shitty. We need $30. I'm pretty sure it's like $30 because it shows up the money on the side when you finish the mission. I think. I could be wrong. I mean, I just assumed it was like $30 because that's about what you get off of all the other debtors. It's kind of all the same. So, gold for this mission are loot all the safes, headshot 5 mounted lawmen during the horseback escape, get to the Downs Ranch within 1 minute 55 seconds, finish with at least 70% accuracy, complete the mission without consuming any health items. The hardest condition to meet here is the second one. I don't know why this made me think of this, but like when I first played through this, I remember I spent so long trying to get the White Arabian. I had a hard time taming it for some reason or finding it. I don't know. I don't remember what. I just remember I was so obsessed with getting the White Arabian. But then, like, this game was so immersive and everything feels so real that, like, once I got it, I never wrote it because I was scared it was going to get stolen.
Dude, that would have been crazy if you left your horse like hitched in town for like a certain amount of time, it had a chance of like getting stolen or something.
That's what I thought would happen,
That would have been
right? Yeah, I genuinely thought like if you and same thing like if I had like a legendary pelt on my horse, I would like be freaked out going into like Saint Denis or something,
oh wow.
thinking that like if I left my horse hitched up, someone would come up and steal my pelt. Now I know that doesn't happen, but like it just feels so real when you're playing it the first however many times. All right, going into Blessed are the Peacemakers. So
It's a
we initiate
mission.
conversation with Micah in Dutch's tent, follow them on horseback to our observation position because uh, Pearson says that he set up a truce with Colm O'Driscoll.
I set up a
And everyone's like,
parlay.
it's a setup.
Yeah, Hosea's sitting at the table and he's like, they want to parlay, it's a trap. And then this is really where, I mean, we get like the little bit of dialogue in chapter one about Annabelle, but this is where like a lot of the Annabelle dialogue kind of gets talked about.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and of course, this is where like the cornered tiger line comes from with Pearson and maybe in Gunnet.
Mm-hmm.
When Dutch takes out his gun when he's in the tent, you know, he's got his Schofields, but that gun that he takes out is a double action revolver. And I'm like, that's not, nope, it's not how that works. And it's like,
Only you would notice that.
even gun, like sometimes the gun loading animations, they'll load it as if it's a slide out, but they're not slide outs because single action armies have the pin in the cylinder. So you gotta manually rotate. And it's just like, that's not how guns work.
I like the escape. Obviously, it's a setup. We meet up with Colm and we're knocked out by more O'Driscolls,
Yeah, it's kind of
and
cool
they take us to
because
camp.
on the ride over there, you can see, like, I think it's 4 or 5 riders. But then when you're
Mm.
on the cliffside observing Dutch and Micah, you see one less. That's because the
Mm-hmm.
one's setting up to fucking beat you in the back of the head.
And you'd think like these bloodthirsty gunslingers, you'd think between the three of them, between Dutch, Micah, and Arthur, you'd think one of them would have been like, okay, there's 4 riders. And then when
Right.
they show up and there's only 3, you'd think Arthur would have been like on edge, like, okay, there's someone missing, and then like look around.
Right.
But
Yeah, it's like there's a
that's not
few
theatrical.
details like when it comes to this mission I'm kind of like that's an odd choice, but okay.
Yeah. So we get taken to the O'Driscoll's camp, which is just across the river, just across the Dakota River at Bard's Crossing. Takes them pretty far. But we wake up in a cellar hanging from the ceiling, and Colm comes and talks to Arthur. And along this trek, when they're coming to this cabin, at some point, Arthur is shot. Well, we see the point.
Yeah.
Arthur's trying to get away, and he's shot in the shoulder with a shotgun. So he wakes up hanging from the basement or from the ceiling in a cellar, and you have to swing back and forth after talking with Colm to grab a nail file that's conveniently on the desk
Mm-hmm.
next to him, and he gets himself free, and he takes out a guard, gets some throwing knives. He also has to like cauterize the wound in his shoulder
Oh my god.
with that nail file and a lit candle,
And a
like with
candle
the fire.
and a shotgun shell.
Yeah, and I'm like, like how convenient of those items to just be readily available to you
Mm-hmm.
right there. But also, I'm like, I don't know how accurate all of that was. Like, if you have septic and
Then too, it's like you got
you have
shot
sepsis,
point blank with a shotgun, with a
I feel like you wouldn't
slug.
even have your fucking arm at that point, right?
You got
Like, you'd be
like
fucked.
even in game, it's shooting people with a slug. Like you will literally shoot their arm off or their leg off or whatever.
Yeah, yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like you shoot their head off with a shotgun
Hmm.
like that. but he gets shot in the shoulder, and it's just like this little like
Yeah.
circle right there.
And it's like, okay, even if you got shot with a bird shot, it's like, okay, you're still gonna have pellets fucking everywhere, man.
See, that's what I okay. How long is Arthur hanging from the
Right.
ceiling? Because like I mean, obviously he's unconscious for a lot of this mission, probably because of head injuries or whatever. But like how
Right.
long because I don't think you if it's because it makes it seem like it's that night. And I don't think you get
No.
septic that fast.
I think it's at least been like, well, because I think it took probably about like a day to like get all the way over to
That's
West
what I'm saying.
Elizabeth.
It feels like you get from the the meetup spot where they take Arthur from in the first place to the point where he wakes up hanging from the ceiling. It feels like it's like that night.
Hmm.
So it's been like 6 hours or something. Maybe 12 hours.
Yeah, but it's
Not even
like
a full day.
that does
But like
not
there's no
make
way
any
he's
sense.
septic in like 12 hours, right?
Mm-mm. Oh no, I'm not a doctor.
I don't know either. I have a
you're,
medical degree, but I'm
you're the
only a
one that
medical
went to med
assistant.
school.
And I don't even it's funny, Ethan always makes fun of me because he'll be like, "You're the one with the medical degree, but you're always asking your mom every time you have, like, anything wrong with you. 'Mom, what's wrong with me?'" An infection from an injury can progress into sepsis in as little as a few hours or take several days. The exact timeline depends on the severity of the wound, the type of bacteria, and the individual's overall health, which oh.
About that.
Sepsis is the body's extreme life-threatening response to an infection. While it most commonly develops after an infection that has been established for days, rapidly spreading bacteria can trigger it almost immediately. Because sepsis escalates quickly, sometimes leading to septic shock or organ failure within 12 hours, it is considered a medical emergency.
And that's just it too. I didn't think of that until like now, but with
So
him
I guess that would
having
take them.
TB at this point, because like he's contracted it.
Yep. So
That's
I guess that makes sense.
sped along shit.
Okay.
I still
Well,
don't think
I
it's
stand
been the
fully
same
corrected.
day. Like I still think like at least a day had passed. But
Something like that, yeah.
yeah.
Probably, 'cause they stop and,
Cuz
like, camp along the
for
way.
they set up camp, and then for him to get escape, get on his horse, and his horse to go over an entire state with him being unconscious like the entire time.
Right.
It's like, yeah, okay.
Yeah, okay. Okay. Yeah, well, that was my tangent there. You ride back into camp, and you get dragged back to bed, and Swanson prays over you, and Susan sits with you, and even though, like, no one came looking for him, old
Got you.
requirements for this mission are to free yourself and perform self-surgery within 1 minute, recover your weapons from the O'Driscoll camp, kill the O'Driscoll gang members that beat and shot you, escape the O'Driscoll camp without being spotted. Notes are the ones guarding the cabin from which you escape. You can kill them without being detected by using the throwing knives you obtained in the basement. When you leave the room where you were held, immediately turn left at the top of the stairs and kill the man as he examines the wall. You can then backtrack to the stairs and deal with the O'Driscoll close to your weapons. I think that part's easy, but like it took me forever to realize that like your weapons are in that little shed thing
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
across
same.
the road. And then like throwing your throwing knives. It's hard because like Arthur's so like out of it and
Yeah, the core trying
dizzy
to
that like
aim is
you just
terrible.
have to like aim and when you see the red dot just
Shoot
throw.
it. Yeah.
Don't worry about like I don't know.
Yeah.
It's
It's also
you're
kind
not
of
even aiming
cool.
at them.
Yeah. Like it's cool cuz you can either choose to flee on foot, and then you'll like pass out and your horse will like you'll have a shot of like your horse like overhead of you, or like leaving on your horse.
Oh, I've never had that happen.
So,
I've never left on foot.
And I think it might change too depending on your honor level. Or not your honor
Interesting.
level, your bonding level with your horse.
Oh, wild. I
I'm not
didn't know that. I'm gonna have to
100%
go
though.
back and do that now too. Short walk in a pretty town. We go meet up with Bill, Micah, and Sean outside the bank and roads. And we just start walking through town.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because Bill apparently had cut a deal with the Greys.
And Arthur says something doesn't feel right. And Sean says, "Oh, I could have told you." But he doesn't get to finish his sentence.
No.
Rest in peace, Sean. This mission breaks my fucking heart every time. I get so sad about this one. He really did.
I'll
Sean,
say it, I'm biased.
Sean yes, little biased.
Little
But
biased.
I felt like that from the beginning about this.
Yeah,
Sean has good energy.
he does.
He's entertaining. The vibes in camp are great until he dies.
Mm-hmm.
And then shit's weird and sad.
Well, shit fucking really escalates after this, so...
True. But so again, it ends up in a shootout and you kill all the fucking Greys. But gold requirements for this one are to kill 3 lawmen in Deadeye while saving Bill, get 20 headshots, complete the mission using sidearms only, finish within 4 minutes and 30 seconds, complete the mission without consuming any health items. Notes say these requirements are all about execution. Make sure you dual wield 2 sidearms to enjoy more ammo and flexibility, and employ the staple sharpshooter technique throughout the entire shootout. I don't think I've ever gotten gold on this one. I don't know why it's so hard.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think it's because I don't know. I don't know why I struggle with this one so bad. I
Yeah,
think I might have actually gotten it on this last gold rush that I did.
I think you did.
And I think I said something to you like, "Oh shit, I've never gotten gold on that one
Yeah.
before." The glitch that I was having was that the door would be locked
Oh,
and I couldn't
it's
get in
always locked.
on both sides.
Oh,
Like I could not get into it. I was like running around and ended up like timing out. Like it would not let me into
I
the
always
gunsmith.
just go through the front door.
I guess I could have done that probably.
Because,
I
yeah,
don't
you can just
remember.
go
I
through the front
remember
door and
trying to get in there and
kill
just
it
like
all.
nothing was working. All the doors were locked. And I was like, how the fuck am I supposed to do this?
Because, yeah, I'm like, I know the door's, like, always locked. You either have to kick it open or fucking pick a lock.
Right?
Just, that's so funny. Just Arthur just stopping in the middle of a gunfight just to pick a lock.
Right?
Like, sorry guys, I'm busy.
Then the mission ends and Arthur has Bill take Sean and go bury him somewhere proper. You can find him buried just outside of Clemens Point, like outside of camp. To the right, there's a little bit of trees overlooking the lake.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a really pretty spot.
It is.
Rest in peace, Sean.
Right. And you also get a journal, another journal entry,
Mm-hmm.
voiceover sequence. Of course, depends on your honor level.
Yep. Then that leads us into we ride back into camp, which I always go straight back into camp because you're right outside of like,
You're right
or at
outside
least
of camp anyway.
you're right outside of camp anyway, and it makes more sense to just go back to camp. But I didn't know this for a long time. If you do run off after that and you're just riding around for a while, Charles will actually come and get you and say that we need you at camp. Have you never had that happen?
I know that can happen if you're gone for like a certain amount of time outside of camp and like haven't returned to camp at all. I know like one of the gang members will be like, "Hey, do you want to come back to camp?" and it'll give you an option to either go back to camp with him or not. I've also never gotten that in game, but I've seen it.
I've never had that happen in game. The only time I've ever had it happen was before this mission.
Huh.
After finishing Short Walk in a Pretty Town and going into Blood Feuds, Ancient and Modern. If you're like out running around, I mean, you don't have to be out very long. I mean, you could be gone for like a day and Charles will come get you. Yeah. I don't know for sure, but I think it might not always be Charles, but I think I've only seen it be Charles. I've
Huh.
heard I think Javier sometimes will do it.
Okay. Interesting. I'm
I'm
gonna
not
have to go
sure.
try that now.
Yes. Yeah, if you're gone for very long for this one. And they kind of make it sound urgent too. They'll be like, "Come on, we need you back at camp. Like, come with me."
Hmm.
Like trying to pull you into the next mission.
You know, it's not to get like technical, but it always seems like short walk in Pt2 had like just ended and then immediately going back to camp, but it's like, okay, like at least like 6 to 8 hours had to have passed because
Mm-hmm.
Sean has to get buried.
Oh yeah. Yeah, they make it seem like so quick.
I was like, it takes a minute.
See, like I'm always thinking about that with like, how the fuck did they bury Davy and Jenny?
For real. It's like, I don't know, man.
And like, how did they bury Arthur where he's buried? He's
Yeah,
buried like straight up on rocks.
yeah, like Charles, dude. Both him and Grimshaw, like they're both in like very rocky
Yeah.
areas.
Anyway, spoiler alert.
Rip.
Rip. Okay. Blood feuds, ancient modern.
Best
We make it
mission
back
in
to
the
camp,
game.
and we are immediately approached by Dutch and Abigail, frantically asking if we've seen Jack. Jack is missing. And Hosea tells us that Kieran saw some of the Braithwaite boys riding around near camp, and he asks, how did they get to him? And so they go, figuring Braithwaite stole him. They ride out to Braithwaite Manor, and it's like all hands on deck,
Mm-hmm.
except for Micah,
Yep, except for Micah and Kira.
which, to be fair, Kieran doesn't get to do anything. I wish
Yeah.
we would have had like an actual mission with Kieran,
Same.
like not just like the side thing.
Yeah, not the one side mission we get.
It's not enough. I want
No.
more. But so everyone rides into Braithwaite Manor, and of course, this is one of the most, if not the most, iconic scenes of the entire game.
Oh, by far,
Walking up to Braithwaite
definitely
Manor,
the iconic. I mean, from, yeah, how it is, how it's framed, and the score
the
to go along
framing
with
and
it
the
is
music. Oh my gosh, chef's
just,
kiss,
oh, it's so good.
so beautiful. And it turns into a shootout again. It is the best shootout. And then we storm the house looking for Jack. We check everywhere, kill off all the
Yep.
Braithwaites.
And here you can also find, when you enter the first room on the left hand side, you can find a note from Bronte, which we actually read in our last episode, The Grace and the Braithwaites. So check it out if you haven't. And you also can find the Braithwaites family crest, or their the shield on the mantle. And they're just kind of two cool collectibles. Otherwise there's nothing really.
So then Dutch finds Catherine Braithwaite, and he drags her down the stairs and takes her outside, and they light the house on fire. And she tells the gang that her sons took Jack to Angelo Bronte
Mhm.
because we stole their liquor and stole her horses and killed her sons. That justifies kidnapping a boy and sending him off to an Italian in Saint Denis.
Hey, he has spaghetti, he's fine.
I'm glad she didn't overreact.
Ready for what, for her, the gang.
Yes.
Good answer.
Yep. Um, so then this we get back to camp, and
Yeah,
it's
the
like
gang
the
just
next
like
day we're all
leaves
sitting around
her.
plotting.
And
Oh
she
yeah, they leave
fucking
her.
runs
She goes
into the
running
manor.
back into the burning building.
And you can
And
go back after um this chapter is done, and like you can loot her body and you'll get a brooch, and then there's also another hidden gold bar in the house
mhm.
as well.
And Jose says, "I told you she was crazy." Um, so yeah, we get back to camp and
Gold
we're
requirements.
oh shit. Okay, gold requirements for this mission: headshot Gareth and Gerald Braithwaite. Get 20 headshots, finish with at least 85% accuracy, complete the mission without consuming any health items. The goals are fairly standard. The first one is simply a matter of overcoming the urge to riddle the Braithwaites with bullets in the scripted Deadeye sequence. Two headshots will suffice. Um, Also, Gareth and Gerald Braithwaite are the two that, when you crash the door open with John, I'm assuming, yes?
No. They're the two
No?
that step outside.
Oh, I thought it was the two that it goes into Deadeye for you. I thought that was Gerald and Gareth
Right.
when you
No, you are
break
right.
the
You
door
are
in.
right. You are right.
Okay, yeah. So Gerald and Gareth Braithwaite are the two that you find in the room when you
Yeah, they're
break the door down
upstairs.
with John, and it automatically gets you into Deadeye. So that one's really easy.
Mm-hmm.
Um. Okay. So we get back to camp, and it is the next day, and everyone is sitting around plotting how we're gonna get Jack back. But we get interrupted by Agent Milton and Agent Ross of the Pinkerton Detective Agency.
The gang is
And
not having a good week.
they're not having a good day. This has been like 24 hours since
I
Sean
know.
died.
Like absolute hell.
And I think it's funny, just like the way Dutch handles this whole sequence.
Agent moron.
Agent moron, not even looking at him.
Mm-hmm.
Then he stands up and he's like, um, says, we don't want, or Agent Milton says, we don't want all of you. We just want you, Dutch. And so Dutch is like saying how he could save all of, how they risk life and limb
Life
in
and limb
this
is
den of low lives and murderers so that they
so
may
they
live
live
and
and
love.
love. Take
How
that
fine.
vine.
Yeah. And so Dutch says he'll go willingly. He raises his hand in surrender, saying it
Mm-hmm.
would be an honor to ride with you or whatever. But the entire gang holds up their guns and says, and Susan says, I think your new friend should leave now, Dutch. And Agent Milton is a little mad about it and
Yep.
he storms off saying he'll be back with 50 men and all of you will die. And he like shoves past Lenny or shoves past someone,
Yeah, it's Lenny
pushes a lot of
because
his way.
yeah,
And
he's like, get your
oh yeah,
damn
Lenny
hands
says,
off
let's
me,
go.
boy.
Yeah. Lenny tries to pull him out of there.
Mm-hmm.
Says, get your damn hands off me, boy. And they make sure they're gone. And Arthur and John go to back to Shady Belle, where we just were.
Mm-hmm.
And that's our new camp. We clear out the Lemoyne Raiders still sitting there and dispose of their bodies in the swamp,
Yeah, there's
feeding them to
one
alligators.
that's in kind of ironic. In Dutch's room, the leader of the
Mm.
group, he you can either shoot him yourself, or he will beat you to it,
Yep.
for lack of a better
Yeah,
phrase.
that scene is a little dark if you
But
are sensitive to such topics.
yes, but it's interesting the fact that it turns out to be Dutch's room and the way that Dutch's story also ends.
Right. Yeah. Very interesting. Very foreshadowing.
Mm-hmm.
And the gold requirements for this mission are to kill all the Lemoyne Raiders in Shady Belle, clear 2 bodies from Shady Belle within 1 minute 40 seconds, and finish within 11 minutes. All these requirements are about speed and efficiency. Move in a straight line through the plains and forests to get to Shady Belle quickly. Make sure you don't let John steal kills when you face the first guards at Shady Belle. Activate Deadeye if you want to take no chances. Then need to swiftly dump 2 bodies in the swamp. And I always
Mm-hmm.
like when I'm walking up to Shady Belle, there's 2 Lemoyne Raiders sitting on the porch. I just go running in, go into Deadeye, and shoot them both right there.
Mm-hmm.
And then also, I like doing that because if you shoot them both there, you don't
Then you
have to
can
run
grab the
back
bodies.
upstairs to grab a body.
Yeah.
If you let one go inside, he runs upstairs. So
Mm-hmm.
then when you have to go take the body out to the swamp after John leaves, you'd have
Takes
to
more
go
time.
all the way back upstairs. And it just takes so long because Arthur doesn't run.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, plus all the exits are like blocked off too. And then after that, the gang comes back into Shady Belle, and then Arthur and Dutch head off for Saint Denis. And of course, Molly's immediately like, "Hey, Dutch, can I have a word?" And Dutch is like, "No."
No,
But
all I've got going on, and Molly O'Shea wants
Shay
to
wants
talk.
me. Yeah, and it's interesting because the chapter title for like all of the chapter screens for going into chapter 4, it's not Shady Belle, it's Saint Denis. and it's the only chapter in the entire game that is the town instead of the camp.
I still feel like Gorma is also an exception to that too because
Yeah,
like yeah, you are on Gorma, but there are like there are
there are
other like
like the different
locations
regions.
within. Yeah, there are
Yeah.
regions within Gorma. Gorma is like the whole
Hmm.
island or whatever.
Yeah, but then Gorma got so fucked too.
I'm so not looking forward to the chapter breakdown of Gorma.
Nope, that's gonna be a quick one.
I hate Gorma, man.
Gorma sucks. Anyway,
Anyway, we'll get
side
there when we get
content.
there. All the side missions. So I don't think we're gonna get to all the side missions in this because there's so many. And I think at some point we'll probably do some side mission
Oh, for
episodes
sure.
specifically, but
I mean,
there
at
are a few
least
that are
the
worth talking about.
actual side missions. I feel like we can talk about like the camp specific ones.
Yes. And I was gonna talk about the boy in the basement of the
Oh, yes.
gunsmith because I feel like that one's still relevant. But
Yeah.
everything else we will eventually do like a side content or side missions.
Yeah.
But so the side missions within the gang are there's the Strauss missions
Mm-hmm.
where we have to go get more we have to do some more loan sharking. We go for Winton Holmes, who
Yep.
takes us into a cave out by Strawberry and we kill a white cougar. Rest in peace, Winton Holmes.
Rip.
Spoiler alert. Um and what's the other one's name? Quinn Hughes is the Undertaker in Rhodes, and he takes you out into the churchyard, into the graveyard, and he steals from one of the graves to get you the money. And all of the Strauss missions are just like a test of like your humanity.
Yeah.
The things that these people are having to do to try and pay you back. When
Mm-hmm.
meanwhile, like you're going after these people who literally have nothing. Like he's resorted to digging up graves, and the other one gets attacked by the cougar. And like there's Thomas Downs who's sickly dying and leaving his family behind. And like there's so many of those. Like they're all like that, where it's just like they're barely getting by. And
Yeah, it's
meanwhile,
like
Arthur has like
even
30 grand in his pocket.
yeah.
So those are the two loan sharking missions for this.
Yeah.
Then there's the fishing mission with Kieran.
Also
Kieran,
Javi.
if you do go fishing with Kieran, make sure you go get the special bait from the bait lady in LeGras
Yep, you gotta make sure
before
you
you go to.
see Jeremy Gillis first, so you can
Oh yeah,
unlock that
yeah. You gotta unlock the legendary
legendary
fish.
fish.
Then go get your bait, and then go fishing with Kieran. Or
Yeah.
you could not, and he just rides off anyway. But then there's a fishing mission with Javier.
Mm-hmm. Which is also kind of interesting because it gives you more information on. It's kind of strange that it's in like a side mission and not a part of like the actual story. I feel
Yeah,
like because they talk about Arthur and Javier, they talk about the
I mean, you're
feud.
not really like unlocking anything. You're not like really solving anything, but
No,
there's just a lot that they
it's
talk
just
about.
I feel like there's
It's
more
good
like
dialogue.
it's good dialogue and I feel like it's a lot of detail. But then too for us, it's like okay, we've written a lot
Yeah.
about Dutch and Colm in particular, so
I mean, at this point, how invested we are in this game, it's just like we want all the dialogue
everything.
we can get. How
Yeah.
much hidden dialogue is there? How
Yep.
many things do we miss? How many things are like alternate dialogue that we didn't know?
Right.
Like like the one that I just figured out the other day when I was trying to do Gold Rush and was doing the Kieran 6 Point Cabin mission and didn't
Mm-hmm.
realize if you don't talk to Bill or John on the way up, then John just starts talking to you and you get a whole different line of dialogue where Kieran talks about what happened to Annabelle.
There's so many episodes we could do just on like the hidden stuff and the cut stuff and
Oh, yeah.
whatnot.
Oh, yeah, we
It's
will
like
definitely have some episodes on hidden dialogue and cut
mm-hmm.
content and everything.
Yeah, I feel like we could do like a episode just on like the camp dialogue.
Mhm.
Because this
There's so much.
also is the only chapter where like you as Arthur, because in chapter 2 and 4 you can go ahead and have conversations with like some of the girls at
Mhm.
camp, but this is the only chapter where just Arthur will go to the campfire and have a conversation with some of the guys. And
Yeah, there's
then,
a lot of good hidden dialogue in this chapter.
yeah. And then
And
there's a few coach robberies too.
yes, you can rob the stagecoach with Sean and Mary Beth,
Mhm.
and another one with Bill and Tilly.
Yeah. And then there's
Both
Sean's homestead robbery too.
Mm-hmm. And you also have the option, if you didn't do it in chapter 2, you can do the hunting mission with Charles,
Mhm.
which
Or the
if you
homestead with Javier too.
yes, which the the mission, the bison mission with Charles, you can do it in chapter 2 and you just go hunt the bison, but if you go in chapter 3 to do it, you get a little bit other you get some other dialogue with Charles as
Ooh,
you're
you
riding back to
do?
camp. You've never done this?
No, not in chapter 3.
Yeah, if you do it in chapter 3, um they Arthur and Charles will be talking as they ride back because it's in the same spot. They have to ride all the way back up to the Heartlands to get to the bison again.
Mhm.
And because it's a longer ride, there's like some other dialogue there. And then Charles says, like, it's a long ride back. Do you mind if we just ride in silence for a little bit? Like he's just got a lot on his mind or something. There's also like all the gang requests where
Mhm.
like
But I think
uh
we
Jack wants his book. We've probably talked a little bit about it already.
yeah, I feel like we could
Sadie
probably
wants her harmonica.
harmonica because I think all
Um
the other ones you get in like chapter 2. Um
I get a lot of them in chapter 3 because that's when you get the request for Lenny's pocket watch. You
mm,
get
well, that can happen
Kieran
in
asks for the
yeah,
plants for
Kieran
the
asks
boxes.
for the burdock root.
Hmm.
Um Bill
Susan
needs
asks for herbs for the
homemade.
stew.
That also happens in chapter 2
Yeah.
and 4. A lot of them are
Yeah.
inexchangeable.
Yeah. There's also in chapter 3, I don't think we've talked about this yet. There is a bit of hidden dialogue here that I think is really good and really important. Fuck. I need to find it. So it's with Lenny, Tilly, Hosea, and Arthur. And they're sitting at the table, and Hosea talks about, I think he talks about Jenny a little bit to Lenny, saying,
Oh,
like, I
when
knew
they're
you were sweet
talking
on her.
about
And he's,
dying and they're like, bear me to the west. That's
yes.
in chapter 2.
No, I had it in chapter
I
3.
had it I always get it in chapter 2.
I only got it in chapter 3.
Weird.
But either way, it's one that we haven't talked about. And I think that's one of like the best hidden dialogue conversations you can have.
Mhm.
Because A, we find out a little bit more about Lenny and Jenny.
Mhm.
And Hosea says, I know you're sweet on her. And Lenny says, was I that obvious? And Tilly says, like, we buried her in the mountains or something, which Lenny was there. So I'm like, why are they
Yeah.
telling Lenny, like, we buried her in the mountains? And he's like, that's nice or something. Like, I don't know. But they
Yeah,
talk a little
maybe.
bit about Jenny. And then they start talking about, like, when I die. And I think Hosea or Lenny, one of the two, I think it might be Lenny. Lenny says, like, bury me with friends or something.
No, that's Hosea.
Okay, Hosea wants to be buried with his
Yeah, because
friends.
Jose's like, when I die, just bury me with friends. Um, and then
A
Hosea
little
is like,
foreshadowing there because he's buried with Lenny.
yep. And then Arthur's
And
just like, face me to the
yeah,
west.
yeah,
Um,
because they say, like, what about you, Arthur? And Arthur's like, I don't care. I don't care about all that. And they're like, come on, play along or whatever. And he's
mhm.
like, okay, bury me facing the west so I can
Yeah,
see the
face me to the west so I
sunset.
can watch the setting sun and remember all the fine times we had that way.
And they're like, well, damn.
Yeah, like,
Who
way to
knew
get deep,
Arthur could be
man.
so deep? Anyway, um, last little hidden mission is the boy and the gunsmith. You go outside the gunsmith, just to the right of like the front porch. If you're looking right at the gunsmith, there's a cellar, like a basement window right there, and you see
Mhm.
two hands holding onto the bars right there. And there's probably an NPC looking in, and
Yeah, there's
you
an
hear a
event,
voice
but
yelling for
there's
help,
a
and
NPC.
the NPC says, I don't want anything to do with this. And he's like, no, wait, come back, please help. And so we talk to him for a second there, and he says that he's trapped in there because the gunsmith is holding him hostage there. So we go in, and
When you rob the gunsmith, you can choose to rob the basement. Um,
forcing him to take you down there. And so if you have not played this part yet, just turn the podcast episode off now. We're pretty much done after this anyway. So just turn this off and go do it for yourself.
Yeah.
Because it's intense. But for those who have played it, or if you don't care about spoilers, you force the gunsmith to show you the basement. You go down in the basement and you find a young man chained to the bed.
In a sailor
wearing
suit.
a sailor suit. And there's like some toys. There's like a rocking horse. There's toys everywhere. But this is like very obviously like not a little boy.
Yeah.
And you have this little moment where you're questioning them both. And we find out that the gunsmith's son passed away. He was down by the river and he was shooting a gun, right?
Yeah, he was shooting a gun and the recoil shot him backwards into the stream and well, apparently he was John and couldn't swim, so
yeah, right. So River carried him away and the gunsmith never found his son.
And you can also get the Lancaster repeater here for free.
Yeah. And he just talks about how much he missed his son, and you can free the man in the sailor suit. And
I think if you kill the gunsmith, you can actually loot like a drawing off of him or something.
Yeah. Yeah, I always kill him. Put him out of his misery.
Same.
Yeah, you get a drawing from his son. That one's so sad.
Yeah, I think it is honestly like the saddest and the darkest like robberies there is.
Just side missions in general. Like not that it's really a mission, but like
yeah, I mean it's
one of the saddest like stories, side stories in the game. Definitely. It's so sad. All right, well that about does it.
Yeah,
that's about it.
Yeah, that's about it.
Don't have any outgoing messages, announcements.
No. Last week, we had Jim on, who plays Simon Pearson, and
was that last week?
Yeah, I mean when we're posting this, because this is going up on the 2nd when you're here. Did we say
what about? Oh yeah. Nope, we're good. Yep, you're right.
We say we're taking next week off, or
no?
Okay,
we're taking the week off after this episode goes up.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
I think.
So yeah, we will be taking when this episode goes up on July 2nd. We will be taking July 9th off, as of course me and Sam will be in person. So we won't really have time to pre-record an episode and get it ready. Plus, it's just kind of nice to have a break.
Yeah, we've been going all in on this, so we're gonna have take that break, and we'll have some in-person episodes recorded. I can't wait.
I'm so excited.
Right?
I don't know when they're gonna be posted yet, but yeah, we're gonna record.
But also, if you haven't checked it out yet, we do have merch.
Yes.
And we have merch designed. We have artwork on our t-shirts designed, well, t-shirts and mugs and stickers and
all sorts of stuff.
Whatever else you made. All sorts of stuff. You can find all kinds of fun stuff. But it's artwork made by Jim Santangeli himself.
Yes.
Who played Simon Pearson. If you have not listened to that episode yet, please go listen to it. It was such a fun one to record.
Such a fun time. Jim's a hoot. They all are. I will say it again and again. I'm such a broken record when it comes to the cast.
They're just all so fun. They're all such good people.
They're amazing.
So yeah, that about does it for this episode. Yeah. Roll the outro. That's it for us today, Outlaws. Thank you so much for spending time with us here at the Outlaw Haven. It really means a lot to us. We upload every Thursday at 3 a.m. Eastern Time, so if you like what you heard, make sure you follow or subscribe wherever you're listening so you don't miss what's coming next. Also, please take a moment to leave us 5 stars because it's the best way to support what we do. I'm Sam.
I'm Zaya.
And this is the Outlaw Haven.
This world has a lot of ugly in it, but it sure as hell has a lot of beauty. You eat babies.